even as we still, hope for more in this year 2022 before, we do a wrap to 2023. And I know that year 2023 will also be another beautiful year, amazing one, not filled with what we have seen in 2022, obviously. All right, Lagos is another beautiful day, and I welcome you to the weekend edition of Maritime Today. Yes, not to forget, Maritime Today is a bi-weekly program, comes live Wednesdays 9:15 a.m. and Saturdays like this 10:15 a.m. courtesy of the nation regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council. It's good to be here this 17th day in the month of December 2022. My name is Folashade Aderohunmu. Well, the maritime industry this week has been filled with a lot of activities, which I will be sharing some this morning before we, get to point of discussion. To start with, coming on the heels of the approval for the disbursement of the CVFF, ship owners under the Nigerian Indigenous Ship Owners Association, NISA, are already considering a swift court injunction and a strike action to stop the federal government plan to hastily disburse the $350 million cabotage vessel financing fund. This strategy is explored by members of this association at a meeting in Lagos where they considered that strike action and other alternatives to prevent the planned disbursement of CVFF, which they argue should be in excess of $2 billion now. Well, the chairman board of trustees, NISA, Chief Isaac Jalapamo, you recall that the group had written to NIMASA and its supervisory ministry via lawyers who relied on the Freedom of Information Act to demand the total sum collected under CVFF, yet both parties did not get a reply. And according to these indigenous ship owners, these moves have become the last resort, as neither the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency NIMASA nor the Ministry of Transportation has revealed the total amount currently in that fund to them. Well, to still get a grasp of this, a 6-man committee was established by the association to explore all avenues to ensure accountability in the talking about the CVFF disbursement if it must happen, while also demanding an audit of the CVFF collection since inception in 2003. Well, still part of events that happened in this industry this week. Well, let's also look at the opening of the second Langer Bridge to vehicles, talking about movement around that corridor, which is already witnessing a new outlook. Well, the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Rajifashola, and officials of his ministry, after the inspection done on the bridge, announced that the bridge will be opened only to vehicles coming from the west to the east through Asaba, while work continues on the other side of the bridge. This idea, they said, is to ease traffic during the period of the Christmas and New Year's celebrations. While still riding on that, Delta State Sector Commander of the Federal Safety Corps, Bassi Essex, also warned that heavy-duty trucks and trailers will not be allowed to use the bridge. Well, part of arrangement also states that from January 2nd, 2023, only vehicles coming from the east will be allowed to use the new bridge. Let's come to the Ministry of Transportation, where Muazu Jaji Sambo, the Minister of Transportation, has implored the Nigerian Institute of Transportation Technology, NITT, to devise strategies to advance the transportation sector. Sambo gave the charge during a familiarization visit to the institute, while also applauding the leadership of NITT for the rapid infrastructural development of the institute. He stated that he was delighted to be physically present to inspect, familiarize, and have a first-hand knowledge of the project and milestone achievement of the institute, while he also urged NITT to upgrade its curriculum according to global best practices and affiliate with various research institutions, thereby increasing the knowledge base of its lecturers and also beneficiaries, which you and I know that is necessary to place the institute on a high pedestal and as a training hub in Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. Well, another highlight of event in the course of the week is the 2022 graduation ceremony of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria in Oron, Akwa Ibom State, where no fewer than 233 graduating cadets drawn from the School of Nautical Studies, School of Engineering, School of Maritime Transport Studies, were sent into the world to begin their career in various fields, and also with the disbursement of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, the future, many are already saying, looks bright. The Maritime Academy of Nigeria, ORA, was established in 1977 by the Federal Executive Conclusion with assistance from the International Maritime Organization, IMO. It was known at inception as Nautical College, following the ratification of the STCW 1978 Convention by Nigeria in 1986. The status of the Nautical College of Nigeria was upgraded by Decree number 16 of 1988, now Cap 113 LFN20, with its responsibilities being enlarged and named, changed to Maritime Academy of Orong. That's Maritime Academy of Nigeria in Orong. At the graduation ceremony of the cadets, the Federal Ministry of Transportation announced that Nigeria is seeking technical cooperation with the International Maritime Organization to upgrade the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, MAN Orong, into a degree awarding institution. Prince Ademola Adegoroye, Minister of State for Transportation, explained that the federal government is also seeking support from the International Maritime Organization to the Academy in securing the STCW Convention requiring sea time on board foreign-going ships for our teaming cadets. The minister also at the event officially unveiled the Margaret Orakusi Marine Exhibition Hall in the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, and the exhibition hall showcases a collection of various sizes and types of engines used in vessels, boats, and other watercraft. It also holds a display of boats as well as prototypes of watercraft. Well, that ceremony was indeed a beautiful one for families, friends, and loved ones, where we had some of the brilliant students getting something for themselves. 3 of the best graduating cadets got immediate scholarship and employment with Stars Investment Company, while Bricks Nigeria Limited also took 2 of the most disciplined cadets for immediate employment. Well, as part of that event, let's hear some of the awardees representing the male category, where we have Misaete Taufik Omotayo emerging as the best all-round graduating cadet. This is how he describes his award and also victory. So can I meet you?
My name is Taufik Omotayo Misaete from Kwara State. I'm of the Department of Marine Engineering in the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, and I just finished as the overall best graduating cadet man 2022.
How do you feel about this?
Oh, I feel very happy. I feel super excited because this is way better than I did in my ND. It's one thing to set a target, it's another thing to achieve it. I feel very, very happy, very accomplished right now.
So now clinching this award, what will be your message to other youths out there? We have so many that still feel this achievement is unachievable.
Yes, actually I have set a record here that's never been done before. 4.0 all around all semesters. So honestly, there's nothing that's impossible. Impossibility does not exist as far as I see it right now. So it's just to set your targets right, work hard towards it, and you have to persevere. Honestly, there will be challenges, there will be ups and downs. So to the young youths that have something to do, that have targets, that have achievement, honestly, they should never give up. Honestly, that's what I can say to them.
So 2 years from now, where do we see you?
I can't say exactly. I think the highest bidder will win. But I plan to, after now, continue and pursue my field career. In 2019, I already have my OW certificate of competency, so I'm certified to work as a 3rd engineer right now. So after now, I intend to continue pursuing my career.
And looking at the industry with its specialty, what do you make of it?
Personally, I love being a seafarer. The dedication, the challenges, the uncertainties, there's a joy, there's a kind of force it gives you whenever you think about, like, okay, this thing, can it be done? You always have this kind of doubt initially, but eventually you conquer it, and there's always that feeling of accomplishment afterwards.
Thank you. Well, from his voice, you would see it is good to be a winner, and he's actually celebrating there. While he's not alone in this, Maryland's Scott Effiong of the Marine Department also clinched the Best Marine Engineering for female. Let's hear how she is celebrating herself.
I'm Marilyn Scott Effiong. I'm from Marine Engineering Department, and I came out the best marine engineering female in the department.
So how do you feel about this?
Very excited, very elated.
When we look at what you got today, will you say it's a result of hard work?
Yes, it's a result of hard work, perseverance, and patience. I mean, I attempted twice. I came here twice for the interview, and on my third attempt, I got it. And finally, I'm here.
You are a female doing what many have said is a male-dominated industry. So how do you see yourself thriving?
I see myself going very far, because I'm a very patient person. I'm a very persevering person. I see myself going far. I have faith in myself, and I am very vibrant when it comes to work.
So let's look at the fact that, many female out there sees this as, the challenge, and with the fact that a lot of things come to us as females. What would be your message to other females, some of your younger ones still in the institution?
No, it's just about dedication, focus. Just focus and keep aiming at whatever goal, whatever vision it is you have.
So 2 years from now, where are we seeing you?
You're seeing me, 2 years from now. Right now, I am supposed to go on board. I want to go on board.
And do you think you're prepared?
Yes, I am. Although I know there will be challenges, but I look forward to stepping over every challenge, every hurdle that will come. 2 years from now, with every training, with everything, I should be like the third engineer on board the ship after my cadetship.
All right, then. Wish you the very best. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, then. A beautiful one and a beautiful time for, victors celebrating themselves. Well, my dear listeners, even as we bask in this euphoria alongside the graduates of the Nigerian's foremost maritime institution, talking about the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, on today's edition of the program, we will be x-raying capacity building through technology for shipping, the Man Oron model, and you and I can guess who my guest will be on today's edition of the program. Well, Commodore Duja Ifedua, retired, is the rector, Maritime Academy of Nigeria. Man Oron is my guest. Very shortly, you'll be hearing his voice, but quickly, let me see what the roads are saying at this time. Then we'll go for this quick break, and when I come back, we'll get set sail on today's edition of the program. Well, so far, traffic around Ajah to VGC is a bit busy at this time due to the queue from Northwest Filling Station, and also the reduced lane from construction site from VGC connecting Chevron Igboefon. Good at this period. Connecting Jakonde is a bit slow. Quickly, let me just connect with Sadiq Yusuf. Hello, Sadiq.
Hello, good morning. It's Sadiq Yusuf again. Just to give a flash update concerning the earlier reported falling tanker at Ojota in West Togeda. Right now, it has been completely recovered and taken off the road completely.
Oh, good.
With the effort of traffic managers, fire service, and LRU, including the men of Nigerian Police Force.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, Sadiq Yusuf. We appreciate this. Okay, then, so for those of you around that axis, that's a good one for you, Jota. So let's believe that soon and very soon, we're going to have it looking good, because I'm beginning to see messages here. Those around K2 trying to connect with me. I want to believe this is what, was affecting your movement before now. So let's believe by now, you should have it going well there. Okay, away from that, connecting Jakonde is a bit slow. Slow movement due to alternation and infraction from external and mobile. Okay. Eternal and mobile filling station immediately after Jakonde to connect Chisco Ikatimara. Looks good at this time. So let's take it away from there down to where do we have this now? Okay, Corridor Proper, where we have this broken down Loma compactor at Oluwaseun in what Itamaga, having Kickstarter problem. The owner is working on it, but we already have traffic building up around that corridor as a result of this at this time. From Sabo in what Itamaga, well, you have it looking good. The return trip to low-cost housing estates is okay, but to connect Sabo roundabout is a slow-moving traffic due to alternation. Movement from Itamaga down to Maya Adamo Ishiwu to connect Imota Agbowa, both inward and outward, still looking good at this time. Living at is approaching Last Tech third gate, where we have it slow due to the bump at the front of the college. Then the stretch of Itamaga roundabout in what Elepe down to Ijede. Looks good at this time. Okay, well, let's see. We also have this falling down plank at Limca Junction in what Aye that is taking about 40% of the road. The driver, the driver, not the owner, they are not seen around that axis. But then again, we have our traffic managers managing event at that corridor at this time. So let's go for this quick break, and when I come back, we'll get to set sail on today's edition of the programs. Just stick around.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. Now goods they move from port A go enter port B with a measure within on a need. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't shop proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem when shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily. Papa email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng. Allow us on top 0818-888-8895 or 0703-584-6468. Nigerian Shippers Council with a meeting now for the port of an need.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us at www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
All right, then the program still Maritime Today on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. A bit of network issues here, but good one. My guest already joining me on today's edition of the program, but I can see this flash update here. All right, talking about this. Okay, that's the Ojota own, the lone accident that occurred immediately after Ojota Bridge, Orita for going what motorway 7 up. Well, as said by our motorbike live reporter, even our traffic manager is also confirming here that update has been taken off the road. So let's believe that you have it good around that axis. So those of you already connecting with me around K2, this is what was affecting you before now. Well, I have another one here. Traffic, what is happening around Ibadan Express, that's Lagos Ibadan corridor in what Shagam interchange from Prayer City is blocked. Well, men of Federal Safety Corps, better still, you're around that axis. You could also be of help to me this morning. You want to help me with some traffic update of what is happening around there. So, while I expect that, let me bring my guest to the microphone. And joining me all the way from Uyo, I have with me on the program this morning, Commodore Dija Ifedua. It's so good to have you join me on today's edition of the program. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Shadi. Nice to join your program again today.
Okay, so it looks like you're trying to listen to me back there. And I'm having that connection here, and it's going to affect us a bit. So you want to be a bit far away from that?
Are you okay now?
Yes, perfect. This is good. All right, so.
Fantastic.
It's obvious that, all over in the industry, you are the man of the moment with the way everyone is talking about the institute and also celebrating you. You want to share with us what is bringing about this?
Like I said yesterday, that institutions can work, but it takes a lot of discipline on the part of the leadership and his staff to make things turn around. It's not going to be too easy. You're going to encounter a lot of challenges, but what matters is to remain focused and also pray. And also pray for the robust support of all those you interact with, starting from your supervising ministry, in our own case, the stakeholders, and those you lead, because nobody can rise above the intellect of the group they lead.
Exactly.
So that's the secret.
That's the secret working for you. So, again, allow us to say congratulations to you and the 233 graduates that just left the institution.
Thank you.
So, technology and digitalization are the in thing in today's 21st century. And for a specialized institution like the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, we cannot rule out the fact that this is an essential, ingredient that will make the institute thrive. So, how well have you been able to explore modernization in, the institution?
Yes, it comes at a huge cost, but you're very correct. Everything about the academy is let's say we're about 95% fully automated. We try to remove human interaction as much as possible, especially when it has to do with money and some other sensitive matters. For example, you want to buy a form, you don't talk to anybody. All you need to do is go online. If the portal is open, you go ahead and buy, pay, and the money doesn't come to TSA account, Central Bank. And all you just get is your RR number. You shall give you your receipts.
Oh, great.
Even at the gates, with thumbprints, you have pics of everybody. The ID cards you have for the staff, they are smart ID cards. The ID cards can even, if you slot them into a computer to check without the barcode, to bring out information about you, including your date of retirement.
Wow.
So everything is automated.
Yeah.
We deploy ICT fully. Like our graduation yesterday was streamed all over the world live. And that was done by our ICT people, not by companies, So we are imbibing technology. Our cadets take online lectures in addition to physical lectures. And from renowned institutions like the Maritime Institute of the UK, Nautical Institute, sorry.
All right.
And MRS UK. They stream live for our cadets, and everything is ICT inclined now, because that is the way the world is moving towards. During the COVID, for example, we're the first institution to do online lectures, fully interactive, where our cadets did not lose any moment despite the lockdown, because we locked some of them in, those were in, and those were out. They remained there, but they never lost anything. Like if you are sick and you can't come to the classes, you can who come?
You can take lecture from your hostels.
Take lectures on your sick bed at home or in the hospital. So we are very comfortable with the ICT.
So now let's look at it. As regards some of the programs you do at the institution, I know you have about 3 schools, if I'm correct, this morning. 4. Okay, you want to take us through the 4 schools?
Yeah, you have the Specialized Federal Training Center. That is one. That is the main school where those from the industry who are already working in the industry, that's where they come to do upgrades and refresher courses, and some mandatory courses too. We have the Nautical Science, School of Engineering, School of Maritime Transport and Business Studies.
Okay.
Those are the 4 schools.
So, in these 4 schools, I'm just trying to think this morning for parent listening. I would want their ward to come, possibly register and see how they can have a live in seafaring. What are some of the things, we are likely to be getting in attending? Fine, you just said the first one has to do with those who are already in the industry coming to learn. So now let's take the other 3 that have to do with the young ones, bright and fresh, coming to have a knowledge of what we do in the marine environment.
Yes, like for all of them, they do national diploma last 2 years, and they go on industrial attachment, then come back after 1 year and conclude by finishing with HND. And once our training here is pre-sea training,
all right,
for all the cadets. Once we are done, the rest depends on their sponsors and the stakeholders in the industry, and also the maritime administration.
Right.
So our own job is just basically pre-sea, and that's what we're doing right now, and that's what we just did for those who graduated
on Thursday.
Yes.
So when we do an assessment of maritime institutions in the whole, and I still understand the fact that you're working on partnerships with some foreign organizations to see how knowledge can be better for, our students at Man Oro. But when we look at generally maritime institutions in Nigeria, how well do you think we are fed as a nation?
Yeah, we have, like, most of the maritime institutions training institutions in Nigeria, they are doing their very best. It is capital intensive. It's quite a huge investment to own a school or schools like that because of the kind of equipment they need. Like, they need the full mission bridge simulators, the full mission engine room simulators, the multifunctional classroom, ocular vision. These are the simulators. They are the basic simulators every institution should have. But it's something that is almost beyond them because they are very expensive. We are the only ones that have this now. Some have, but they are not really maritime training institutions.
So is this not bringing a lot of competition for you as an institution?
No, there's no competition in the maritime industry. We're building capacity for Nigeria. We're building, that is part of sea power. They are all contributing their quota. We have offered them our facilities for those who can't afford some of those things.
Oh, so that means you do partnership with some private institutions that will still have in the country?
No, we only have partnership with the Nigerian Navy and Okerenkuku, the Maritime University at Okerenkuku. But we have opened our doors to all other maritime training institutions. For equipment you don't have and for trainings you cannot carry out, you can bring your cadets. We will train them for you for those 2-3 weeks using our equipment and give them certificates as approved by NIMASA for us. So they are not losing anything. It's collaboration that matters. All they need to come, we'll give them some discounted rates.
Okay.
Because the FGN is not really after profit. It's after capacity building.
And this capacity...
So we can export our seafarers to the world.
That's where I was coming to. This capacity building we are talking about, how much, individuals have we been able to turn out in the last 5 years since your administration?
I'll give you that figure off head now, but if you take them on the two sides, talking about those who are already in the industry, because they come here for training too.
All right.
We've trained over 18,000. And if we're talking about cadets,
yes,
I think for the cadets, we've trained close to 15,000.
15,000. So we are looking at roughly 33,000 people that the institution have been able to. But when
many more,
of course,
I cannot give you the exact figure now.
Of course. But then I've known that in a lot of quarters, many of the issues that still come up day in day out is the fact that it's fine, we keep having places to train them, but where do they work after training? So what's the institution trying to help us do, possibly with stakeholders or some other international bodies, as regards getting solution to this?
Okay, let's just be honest with ourselves. You see, who does that for somebody who graduated from University of Benin or Ibadan or Ahmadu Bello, or one university somewhere, Polytechnic? Who does that for them?
Someone will tell you this is a
After
private
NYSC,
institution.
what happens to that person? So
Or
they have to
specialized
compete
rather.
with their peers. And for those in the maritime environment, they don't have boundaries. They can work anywhere in the world. So all I advise them is do your best to seek for opportunities, but make sure that when you go out there for interviews, you fully represent yourself so that you can be taken and force anybody to employ anybody.
Well, I think this that you're talking
That's
about
all over the world.
will be for the best 5 that we saw on Thursday that got immediate employment, kind of, and scholarship.
Yes, no, many companies employ them locally. I can assure you, Stars Nigeria Limited, for example, has employed over 20 in the last 5 years, and they've offered to take 5 or so this year. Many other companies, I can't remember their names now, and I think it would be a disservice not to remember their names, but I think I apologize on that. I didn't expect this question. But I know many Nigerian companies have written us and have taken our cadets even out of the country. To the US, to so many places, and they have been calling. Amano,
All right.
that is the alumni of
Alumni
the
Association
academy.
of
They have
this.
also done their best to help these cadets get opportunities. And like I said, the maritime industry is going through a lot. They need money. To run a ship is very expensive. Ship owners spend a lot to get their ships running. Now, if they don't have businesses, like the industries, most of them are not doing quite fine in Nigeria right now. That is the truth. Because of the inflationary rates. It's all over the world, actually.
Yes.
There's a kind of depression.
We are just
so
feeling
if
it
the ship
more.
owner does not have goods to carry from one point to another, there wouldn't be need for them to employ more people now, because the more people you employ, if you're
The more
not
cost
busy
you have
doing
to
business,
bear.
you can't pay them salaries. So it's a big problem, but I'm sure by God's grace, everything will come back to normal. But for now, the world economy is a little bit depressed. And it hits some countries harder than others.
Yes, Nigeria won.
Yeah. So you don't expect them to have automatic employment now that the ship owners are not really doing good business.
Okay.
And those doing good business, they cannot take so many.
Well,
Because it will be a draw.
many are just hoping that with the disbursement, the approval of the disbursement of the CVFF fund, will have a lot of beautiful stories coming out for our ship owners here, and even at awards coming out from institutions like us can also have something to celebrate about. So let's begin to drive home our message this morning. Even as I know a lot of people are trying to connect with us here, but time not really our friend. My apologies, really. But even as we begin to wrap up things here, Commodore Manuel Duja Fedua, let's look at some of the challenges facing the institution, and how do you think you can begin to get solutions?
Well, we have overcome most of them. The only big problem we have now is petition writing, and it's always from indigenous staff and those from the environment, and it's so embarrassing.
So why are you thinking that way? Is it that the relationship they are expecting to get from the institution they are not getting, or the relationship the institution is getting from the hoping to get from the indigenes the institution is not getting as well? What could be the problem?
There is no organization or school in Nigeria that has done CSR like us at the academy. I have even used personal funds to do CSR for them, but that's not what they want. They want free money. I don't have free money to give anybody. And this is what they were used to in the past, and that was what kept the academy underdeveloped. 7,000 petitions have been written against me
7,000
in the last 5 years. Yes. Go to National Assembly, check it out. Go to anti-graft agencies, check them out. Every day, I have called from one agency to the other, come and explain this. At the end of the day, there is nothing. But these guys are professional petition writers, because they believe that if I am kicked out, then they can bounce back to the old days of devouring the academy because they see it as a cash cow. I have them to wait. I have 2 more years to go. After I leave, they can do what they want to do. But the problem is the disturbance. They interfere and
I still okay.
Yeah, and they interfere with our operations because each time I'm invited, I spend about 3 days, 2 days, sometimes 1 week being interrogated over what is not true. I always invite them, please come and verify those things. But my annoyance with the anti-graft agencies is that they know these persons. Why are they not charging them for giving them false information? In their respective acts, they have these things. They should be able to make examples of some of them. But for the EFCC and the Nigerian police, I salute their leadership. They have done well. They have dealt with people who give them false information. Some are in prison. And that has actually slowed down the activities. But other agencies should emulate them. That's just my own appeal.
Okay. All right, so Commodore Dujai Fedwa, let's begin to wrap up things this morning. And even as we do that, I would like you to say a message to our parents listening this morning who would want their ward to come and be a part of, what we are celebrating, talking about our foremost Maritime Academy of Nigeria. So how are you going to tell them, should they want their ward to come, what is the requirement?
This still remains the best institution in Nigeria because no school in Nigeria gives their students free laptops. No school in Nigeria of that level feeds their cadets. You understand? They don't pay tuition here. And the requirement is same as JAMB.
Okay.
They must have 5 credits, English and Maths, compulsory. And they must do JAMB with courses related to what they want to study, maybe engineering, nautical science, or maritime transport. And they must have a cutoff point of 165 for the social sciences and
the engineering?
170 for the sciences, that is engineering and nautical science.
Well,
and they can visit the academy at any time they want to. We'll give them a facility tour.
So, beautiful. You also do that there?
Yes.
That's amazing. I think I would love to come see that some of these days. Thank you so much, Commodore Dujai Fedwa, retired, for joining us on today's edition of the program. Time not really our friend, but we have to wrap up in this year.
Thank you, Shadi, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
I wish you the same, Sarah. Okay, so that's how far we will go on today's edition of the program. Victor Terry has produced this program. Not forgetting the Shippers Council family, Ricky Adikri Agoyaju. Not forgetting Honorable Emmanuel Jime. Connect with the Nigerian Shippers Council after now at NG Shippers, where you also connect with me at Folashade Aderohunmu. The program makes a return on Wednesday by 9:15 a.m. Until then, do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from port A, go enter port B with a measure within on a need. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't shop proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem when shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily. Papa, email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng. Allow us on top 0818-888-8895 or 0703-584-6468. Nigerian Shippers Council with the meeting for the port of Nanir.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Hey! Hey! Sabu, bring him back.